Majority of Americans don't want Joe Biden as president. They don't want him coming back another 4 years. That's about the same news out of the Democrat Party. He's with Young Americans for Liberty, Sean Themea, and with the report of 9% inflation that just came out this morning, Sean, I imagine, man, they're going to be kicking Joe Biden all day long like a dead horse, dead presidential horse that he is. The Democrats finally coming to their senses, but what do you see in their bullpen? I mean, I don't think they have a bullpen. I mean, who do they have if it's not going to be Joe Biden?
Yeah, well, first of all, I would love to sit in on a DNC meeting right now. I would bring some marshmallows, some graham crackers, some chocolate, because I would be roasting s'mores over their hair that's on fire. Mm-hmm. It's bad out there for the Democrats right now. But when it comes to their bullpen, I mean, who do you got? You've got Kamala, who was rejected by their own voter base, right? Nobody wanted her in the primary. Same thing with Pete Buttigieg. I mean, you look at how they're giving them more face time right now. They may be testing that Pete and Kamala ticket. Mm-hmm. You've got the squad, which let's say maybe they rise to the nomination in 2024. One of them, these radical communists out there. That's good for Republicans because while people may be disaffected by an incompetent Joe Biden, I mean, they're going to be even more disaffected by a competent communist. And average Americans don't want that. So, their bullpen looks good for conservatives because I think we can beat any of them if we really try.
With 2/3 of the Democrat Party still, I suppose you could still describe as being more moderate or closer to the middle. And again, with 1/3, a very loud 1/3, at least 1/3 of their party, representing the squad, very radical. You see, the folks that are in the bullpen, the folks that you just mentioned, with Pete, and our vice president, and everybody else that ran last go around, it's pretty much the agenda. It's all just a different version of the same agenda, radical, very far left agenda that even Joe Biden had to bend to and claim allegiance to. Now, Joe Biden is there because of the present Democrat base. I would argue the 2/3 of the Democrat is still trying to help the party survive. But he's the old guard, and he had to pledge allegiance to the new radical ideas on the left. And that's all they can serve up right now. And I don't see that as digestible, politically speaking, for the American voter. Not in this, not next go around.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
How bad is it going to be come November for Democrats, House, Senate?
Well, right now it's looking very bad. I mean, you've got people who cannot pay their rent. You've got people who are choosing between, their rent and their groceries. I mean, inflation has been an equal opportunity destroyer. It doesn't matter. Black, white, Hispanic, voted for Trump, voted for Biden, didn't vote at all. I mean, you're getting hit in your wallet right now, and the Biden administration is to blame with these policies. He's not hiding either that they've got no plan to stop inflation or keep prices lower. I mean, he's saying we're going to suffer as long as it takes for Ukraine, for thousands of miles away. There's nothing to do with us. I mean, come on. People are waking up to that. So it's going to be bad for the Democrats in the midterms. But I think that a red wave is only as good as if we get liberty Republicans in office, people who are going to be anti-establishment, people who aren't going to just end up voting alongside the old guard of the Democrats once they're in there. So, a red wave isn't a guarantee of, a lot of things changing. But we've got to look for fighters right now.
Yeah, I would love to hear people that are on their surfboards on that red wave provide solutions and emphasize, double, triple emphasize the energy policies. It's the dumb, double snakes energy policies by the Biden administration in hog-tying our country so that we pay, $3+, $4+ gas. That's his fault. And we have it. We're not using it. And of late, embarrassingly, even taking the reserves, a portion of it, and selling it over to Asia. How embarrassing. But just provide the solutions. It is the energy policy. We have it. We can use it. And he's hurting us. I mean, just a very basic message. I would love to hear more of that on the front lines of politicking right now on the Republican side, not for Republican sake, but for the country's sake. That's the only way we're going to bring down fuel prices and everything else.
Joe Biden pulled off one of the biggest worst policy decisions I've ever seen on day one when he canceled the Keystone Pipeline. Not only is that bad for American energy and is part of the reason we're relying on oil from dictators right now, but also, of course, animated Republicans because, we know good energy policy. We know that was a bonehead decision. But he also alienated, his union base. I mean, all through his campaign, he says, I'm going to be the big labor president. I'm going to stand up for the workers. And then he puts, thousands of workers out of a job on day one. So he has upset everybody. He has helped nobody. And, Republicans should be shouting that from the rooftops.
Sean, pleasure speaking with you again. You be safe, brother.
You too. Good to be here, Sergio.
Sean Themea with Young Americans for Liberty.